Cycling. Cycling is a healthy, low-impact exercise that can be enjoyed by people of all ages. From young children to older adults, it is also fun, cheap, and good for the environment. Riding to work or the shops is one of the most time-efficient ways to combine regular exercise with your everyday routine. Cycling etiquette. Sharing the road with cars can be dangerous, but there are the things to keep in mind to help protect yourself and foster a healthier relationship between motorists and cyclists. While you can control other drivers' actions, you can control how you ride and conduct yourself on the road. Ride with traffic, not against it. Drivers are looking for cars moving in the same direction, so this holds true when they come across bikes too. Ride on the road, not on the sidewalk. It's also safer for pedestrians who aren't expecting an incoming cyclist. If the road is too narrow or traffic is moving too fast, it's appropriate to ride on the sidewalk. Just slow your roll and be mindful of others. Take the lane. It's safer to hold up traffic through a tight area than have cars try to pass you and potentially run you off the road. Watch right turns. Watch for drivers making a right-hand turn and remove yourself from their blind spot by moving to their left, especially if you're planning on going straight through the intersection. Bike lanes are your best friend. If the lane shares a road with cars, be sure to watch out for parked cars, or as mentioned above, cars turning right, or cars merging onto the road. Follow the rules. Just because you're on a bike doesn't mean you can roll through stop signs or red lights. By following the traffic rules and patterns, you're more predictable, which makes riding with cars safer. And for your information, this holds true drinking and riding responsible when going out and riding home by bike. Be consistent. This means you need to ride in a straight line at consistent speeds whenever possible and don't try to weave your way through stop traffic or take a shortcut through a parking lot. Watch out for car doors. Be sure to give parked cars at least a few feet of room and slow them to look for drivers sitting in cars who might decide to open the door. Be careful turning left. By now, you should be more than aware of the importance of following the rules of the road, and left turns are no exception. This can be done one of two ways: either hop off your bike and wait on the sidewalk to cross the street in the crosswalk, or merge into the left turn lane and make your turn as you would a car. Choose whichever option feels the safest and most comfortable for you for each specific situation. If you choose remaining with the cars, don't forget your hand signals as you merge and turn. Be mindful of your surroundings. Only you will know what feels right and what doesn't when sharing the road with the vehicular traffic. If something's not okay or you're not comfortable on a specific road, don't be afraid to pull over, stop riding, and call someone to pick you up or wait until traffic clears up. Wave. The road can be a stressful place. While it is easy to get mad when an inconsiderate motorist creates a dangerous situation, it's just as easy to forget to acknowledge others when you have been given the right of way. Waving to other motorists and your fellow cyclists on the roadway helps to create a less hostile environment and positively promote the sport of cycling. It's also a good way to remind yourself to have fun and be friendly when sharing the road with others. Stop. The hand signal you use for stopping will most likely depend on the situation. If you're only riding with one or two other cyclists, a close space behind the back is probably sufficient. On a large group ride, raising your hand above your head may be a more appropriate option because it is more visible to cyclists several positions behind. Keep in mind that when a sudden stop is required, you'll likely have both hands on the brake levers in this situation. Calling out a stop over your next shoulder is your next best option. Slowing. With your arm outstretched, palm down, and slightly behind you, so cyclists behind you get a clear view of your hand. Move your hand up and down at the wrist to indicate that you're about to slow. Use this indication when you're confident that you're going to be pulling the brakes in order to significantly slow your speed. Left turn. Whether you're entering an adjacent lane of traffic or making a left turn at a traffic signal or stop sign, you'll need to indicate to others on the road that you intend to change your direction of travel. To signal a left turn, extend your left arm away from your body to shoulder height, parallel to the road. Right. To signal a right turn, You would extend the left arm out and then up at the elbow. Pothole. An unseen pothole has the potential to cause an accident. When a group point out a pothole or other obstacle that shouldn't be ridden over by extending your arm on the side of the obstruction and pointing to it. If possible, alert others behind you by calling out. Debris. For a specific hazard where the effect will be potentially slippery surface, take your outstretched hand, calm down and move at the floor. This can also be used for a broken or unconsolidated road surface. Approaching a hazard. While a bit tricky to signal, you'll need to alert cyclists behind you of a parked car or an open car door. To signal an approaching hazard, place one arm behind your back and point in the direction those behind you need to move. For example, if there is a parked car on train tracks, if you'd rather not get too complicated with your signals, train tracks or cattle guards can be pointed to just as you would to signal a pothole. The one downside to not having a specific signal is that if the train track pull through, this signal is most commonly used in a place line during a group ride or cruise. When you find yourself on the front of the pack and have either completed your pull or are too tired to continue maintaining the front position, a flick of the elbow will alert the rider behind you that it's their turn to pull through and relieve you of your duties. Helmet. Wearing a helmet is smart not only because it protects your brain but also because most helmets have reflective accents